बोलो कृष्ण कन्हैया की जय।
Hallo, horen jullie mij? Ja, toch? We gaan morgen naar Radedish. Ik kan gewoon zo praten.
Nee, praten.
Oh, we're going tomorrow to Radedish. 10 o'clock we're leaving here. About 11 or 11:30 we will arrive there. It's 1 hour driving, 45 minutes maybe. The bakery is normally, it's open, but they don't have everything. Only on Sundays they have this special chocolate and almond bread. I call them and we can give the order. I don't know what everybody likes, but there are 4 options. So I just quickly, during this presentation, I will quickly take the order of everyone. Think of what you can choose, what you want to choose. First thing is the chocolate bread, the bun. Second thing is the almond bun. Third thing is the burek, the Turkish spinach thing, and the fourth is baklava. Okay, so if you already know what you want, you give the order and I quickly write it. I have to give it to her before 1. So.
22. 12.
हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा। ए चलाओ भाई।
हो गया।
हरि बोल। प्रेस करो। हरे कृष्णा। हाँ। So today is birthday. Whose birthday? You want to sing, huh? Come. Snarl, snarl.
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला
Jai Nandalala, Jai Gopala.
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है। गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है। नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है। गोपाला नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है। मोर मुकुट सिर जन गण माला केसर तिलक गाए केसर तिलक लगाए। मोर मुकुट सिर जन गण माला
केशर तिलक लगाए, केशर तिलक लगाए।
वृंदावन के कुंज गलियों में सबको नाच नचाए। हाँ सबको नाच नचाए। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है। गोपाल हरि का प्यारा नाम है। Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
Clapping for, clapping for. राधे गोविंदा मन भजने हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री
राधे गोविंदा
मन भजने हरि का प्यारा
नाम है।
गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है। गोपाला हरि का नंदलाला गोपाला नंदलाला गोपाला नंदलाला नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा बोलो मन भजने
हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
You sing so good. First time I'm hearing. Very good singer.
यमुना किनारे जाने करारे माधव मदन मुरारी।
माधव मदन मुरारी यमुना किनारे भेद चरारे माधव मदन मुरारी माधव मदन मुरारी
मधुर मुरैया जग बजावे हरि सुख तुझ तारी
हरे सुध बुध तारी
राधे गोविंदा मन भजरे हर का प्यारा धीरधर नागर कहते मेरा सूरत शाम बताया सूरत शाम गाया
नटवर कहे कि मेरा सूरत श्यामल पाए सूरत श्यामल पाए
तुकाराम ओ नामदेव ने विठ्ठल विठ्ठल गाया हाँ विठ्ठल विठ्ठल गाया
राधे गोविंदा मन भजरे हर का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजरे हर का प्यारा नाम है गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है गोपाला
हरि का प्यारा नाम है
नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है
लाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है बोलो
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है राधे 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 अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं तुम मीरा की जैसे बुलाते नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम् कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं माँ यशोदा की जैसे खिलाते नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्
कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाते नहीं गोपियों की तरह कुंभ काटे नहीं अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं
कृष्ण दामोदरं
रामनारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्
राम नारायणं जानकी वल्लभम्
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे राम
Hare
वस्त्राबिंद में मंगल बिंद में मल्लिकाने में नंदगांव में गोकुल वन में मिला बोलो बोलो राधे 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 राधा दीदी की गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तदभक्ताय नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय गौरप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी नाम वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः पात्रपात्रविचारं न कुरुते न च परं वीक्षते देयादियं विकर्षणं नहि नामे काल्पतिक्षप्रभु सद्यो यशवनिक्षणं प्रणामं ध्यानादिदुर्लभं दत्ते भक्तिरसां स एवं गौरे परं मे गतिम् आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हिमामि दिव्यछविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्ष्य क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्न वृन्दे नमस्ते शरणारविन्दम् विष्णुसर्गविसर्गादिनवलक्षलक्षितं कृष्णाख्यं परं धाम जगद्धाम नमामि श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In continuation of glorification of one of the very prominent acharyas and dear associate of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, our Srila Param Gurudev, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. We heard पहले से क्यों नहीं आते? हाँ? Shri Param Gurudev, we heard some glories yesterday from different devotees. Because of him, we go in Mayapur Dham without any hesitation, without any fear. Param Guru is the one who protected Sri Mayapur Dham and the headquarters of all the Gaudiya Maths established in Sri Mayapur Dham. After that, after Srila Prabhupada left this planet, Param Gurudev, he established one center in Navdeep Dham. Very important, interesting point. All the centers of all Gaudiya Maths are in Mayapur Dham. But Param Gurudev established in Navdeep Dham. Why? Because there were so many Babajis, so many people who claims that the birthplace of Mayapur, the birthplace of Mahaprabhu is in Navdeep. And they have their own ideas, the mental speculation, which is not evidenced by any Shastra. So they claim Navdeep is the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whereas this is not right. Our Saptam Goswami Srila Bhakti Thakur, he is the one who discovered the birthplace of Mahaprabhu in Mayapur Dham. And then later he got evident by Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who jumped from his basket. Can anyone tell please? They're making so much noise. Can't focus. In the kitchen. They said they're going to finish kitchen before. Huh? So Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he jumped from the basket and at the age of 140, and he started chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, and said, "This is the birthplace of my Prabhu. This is the birthplace of my Prabhu." And Srila Bhakti Thakur also got this map from London, where the birthplace of Mahaprabhu, according to the Shastras, is narrated. So from all evidences, it was proved that the birthplace of Mahaprabhu is in Mayapur. But these people, they say it's in Navdeep Dham. So Param Gurudev thought it's easy to preach in Mayapur, but it's difficult in Navdeep. And he took a very difficult role because he's very strong personality. And right in the middle of them, staying there, establishes much there, he refuted all their arguments. Not only on the point of birth of Mahaprabhu, but also other factors. And the place he established center is the place where Shri Devanand Pandit got excused of his aparadh. Devanand Pandit, very expert reciter of Bhagavatam, and used to recite Bhagavatam in Navdeep Dham, and all scholars got blown up to hear how wonderfully he is describing Srimad Bhagavatam. And so many scholars used to sit as audience in his class, in which Srivas Pandit also was one of them. Srivas Pandit, one of the very dear associate of Mahaprabhu. Srivas Pandit, when he heard Srimad Bhagavatam, he felt ecstatic symptoms. Crying, laughing, rolling on the ground. This is a result of hearing Bhagavatam. If we are not getting these symptoms while reciting or hearing, we are actually not in proximity with Bhagavatam. If tears not coming in the eyes while chanting Harinam, that chanting Harinam has no use. Actually, that is not chanting at all. Who claims this? Shri Jagdanand Pandit. Bhakti Yog, Bhakti Yog, Bhakti Yog Dhan, Bhakti Emat Smaran Krandan. While chanting, if tears not coming in eyes, that means that's not chanting. Something else is there. That's not called pure chanting. The heart, the mind is so much polluted that Kabu Naam Abhas, Sada Naam Aparad, ये सब जानवो भाई हरि भक्ति बात. Sometimes Naam Abhas, most of the time Naam Aparad. And both Naam Abhas means semblance of Naam, and the offense on Naam Aparad, is far away from Shuddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti. यदि करीबे शुद्ध नाम साधु संग कर, भुक्ति मुक्ति वांछा दूर परितो. If really someone wants to chant Harinam, then the only remedy is always in association of sadhus. Bas. And while in association of sadhus, something has to be thrown away. What is that? The desire for liberation and the desire for enjoying this material world. This enjoying propensity has to be thrown away. So this is one factor, and parallel to that is association. If association is there, but if we are not ready to give up that association, the bad association, or the desire for enjoyment of liberation of material world, then everything is getting drained. But if there is only one factor, that I don't want liberation and I don't want any material enjoyment, but I also don't want association, even this will not work. So two factors together have to be there. Yadi karibe shuddha naam sadhu sangha ka, association of devotees, and with that giving up the desire, gross and subtle desire to enjoy the material world. If we are not on that level, then we are not actually chanting pure Harinam. So this association, with the association, this is important. In the association, this mood develops. I have to give up all material enjoyment. Because at this moment, at this point, we don't even know what is the glories of liberation. That's why it's easy to say, I don't want liberation. We have no idea about how liberation What's the pleasure in liberation look like? Feels like. That's why, oh, I don't want liberation. Because you have not seen that. How what 100 million euros? You want or not? Of course. Everyone is hesitant. How I share? Yes. But actually everyone wants that. So we understand the value of 100 million euros. But because we don't know what is the value of liberation, it's easy to see. But one understands or one feels the enjoyment in liberation, don't want to give up. That's why Sri Rupa Goswami Pad said, Bhukti Mukti Sriha Yavat Pishachi Hidi Vartate. The desire for liberation is just like witch. When witch haunt a person, what happens? Totally lost. All senses. So that chanting is not chanting. If the heart is not melting, tadasham saram hide vitedam yad grinam hrinam deho. If heart is not melting and tears not coming in eyes. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is chanting Mahamantra, singing, dancing. And when he was being asked, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, he was being asked, why you don't read Vedanta? Why you don't read Vedanta? Why you always sing and chant? Mahaprabhu said, my Gurudev told me you have no qualification in hearing Vedanta. You just chant Harinam. But whenever I chant Harinam, I don't know what happens to me. Kiva mantra dila gosai, kiva karfal, japite mor, korile pagal. I asked my Gurudev, oh Gurudev, what mantra you have given me? Whenever I chant this mantra, I don't know what happens to me. I became crazy. Because I always crying and weeping. I'm only chanting this and the chanting makes me cry and weep all the time. I become crazy. So Shivas Pandit, when he was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, spontaneously, not practicing, spontaneously those symptoms, ecstatic symptoms, Ashdhav, Sattvic Bhav. He's rolling on the ground, he's crying and weeping and laughing. So all people in the audience, they felt disturbance. They were not able to comprehend, they were not able to understand. These are ecstatic symptoms of a Mahabhagavat, of a pure devotee. So they took Shivas Pandit and they threw him out. But that was not the offense of the audience. Disciples, that was the offense of their Guru, Devanand Pandit. The offense of disciples goes to Guru. He could have stopped them by doing so. But Devanand Pandit didn't stop. And Mahaprabhu became so upset when he heard this. Once upon a time, Mahaprabhu was walking by. And he heard Devanand Pandit speaking Bhagavatam, and he knows how Devanand Pandit, he offended Shivas Pandit. Mahaprabhu went inside and wanted to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam. He became so angry and upset. But then later, Devanand Pandit, he served another associate of Mahaprabhu named Vakreshwar Pandit. And because of this service, his offenses got destroyed. Because of service to a Mahabhagavat Shri Vakreshwar Pandit, associate of Mahaprabhu. So where Param Gurudev established his center, Shri Devanand Gaudiya Math. Before Devanand Pandit was different, but after receiving the mercy from Vakreshwar Pandit, he became the recipient of the mercy of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu forgave his offenses. So that's the place, Shri Devanand Gaudiya Math, where Param Gurudev established his center, Aparadh Bhanjan Path, where if one goes, get rid of all the offenses. That's the glories of that place. So Shri Param Gurudev established Devanand Gaudiya Math. It also has so much significance. Also, what is the complexion of Krishna? Huh? Black complexion. What is the complexion of Radharani? Golden complexion. But if you visit all over temples, the Gaudiya Maths established by Param Gurudev, you see Radharani is white, Mahaprabhu is white, and Krishna is also white. Whereas Krishna color is like dark rain color. Varaha pidam natvarvapyo karmyo karnikadam Rabhidravasam kanakapisham vajanti shamanam. Dark rain cloud. Shamam hiranya bandhi varmala varaha. No megdete abrapushu tadidambaraya. Gunjavata paripicha sanmukhaya. All this description by Brahmaji, by Dvijapatnis, by the gopis describe Krishna complexion is Sham, blackish complexion. And Radharani is Sapta Kanchan Gaurangi, Mahabhav Surupani, Radha Thakurani. But why Param Gurudev established white Krishna, not the blackish Krishna? Some devotees, they started speaking. Param Gurudev, his activities are not ordinary, extraordinary. What is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? Is that little extra? That's the difference. Param Gurudev's activities are so difficult to understand. On one side we see he is saving every money of his Gurudev, making whole and eating there, we heard yesterday. But then also we heard he is giving more money to boatmen to cross Ganga than the original price. Being a brahmachari, riding on horse, welcoming the Governor General of Britain, Sir George Anderson. Param Gurudev, he took out his clothes, and not only him but many others, and they wear nice suit to welcome him. So activities are so difficult to understand. So devotees said, oh, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj establishing white Krishna because white marble is very cheap. Black marble is expensive. And why is so miser? He is establishing centers. And it's not much difference between white and black, and he's saving money just to establish his deities, Krishna, white. But that was not the truth. That Param Gurudev established white Krishna because of cheap. No, that's not the reason. The reason is the Gaudiya philosophy. That's why he termed his society Gaudiya Vedant Samiti. Because of Gaudiya philosophy, because of the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because of the mood of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada is present in that. Bhagavatam explains, we heard yesterday, the essence of Bhagavatam is Rasa Leela. in which Sacha mene taratmanam varishtam sarvayoshitam hit gopi kaman aso bhajate priya tattva gatva vanam desham dhriptam kesham abrvit na pareham jalitum nay mam yatrate mana evam uktam priya askand varayati tataschantardhe krishna savadu anvatapte. Shukdev Goswami explains, Radharani said, Krishna, I cannot walk further. I am tired. Krishna said, then you sit on my shoulder. Krishna bent. And Radharani wants to sit on the shoulder of Krishna, but Krishna heard the gopis coming very close. And when the gopis will see that Radharani is alone with me, they will feel bad about Radharani. That she is so selfish, she alone took Krishna with her. But I want all the blame should come to me, not to my Radha. Therefore, Krishna disappeared from there. Tatasya antarday Krishna sa vadu anvatapte. Then that vadu means that gopi, means Radharani, start lamenting. Start weeping and crying and lamenting. Hanath Raman Preshta Kwasi Kwasi Mahabuja. Oh my beloved Krishna, Sham Sundar, where are you? Where are you? So this means Radharani is lamenting for Krishna. This is our Gaudiya philosophy? No. In the evening we will hear this bhajan. Jayashree will sing. Krishna virahe radhikar dasha amito sahite nari. Bhakti Thakur is saying, I cannot bear the separation my Radharani is having for Krishna. No Gaudiya Bhaktas can even hear this or tolerate this or bear this. That Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna and she is lamenting so much. No. What Gaudiya Bhakta wants to hear? What Gaudiya Bhaktas want to hear? From Jayadev Goswami. Geet Govinda says, Itas tatat anusmritya anangavan khin manasa kirtanu tapya sakalandi nandini tatant kunja vishad madhava. When Radharani leaves Ras Leela, Vasant Ras, there are so many Ras, Shabdya Ras, and Hemant Ras, Vasant Ras. In Vasant Ras, Radharani, she left Ras Leela. And Krishna, in search of Radharani, not finding Radharani anywhere. He's crying and weeping. Imagine the Supreme Personality Krishna. He's crying and weeping so much. And he sat at Imlitala, next door to our Shri Gopinath Bhavan in Vrindavan, our Gurudev center. That place, Krishna sat there on the bank of Jamuna and lamenting, crying, weeping, calling out, Radhe, 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 Radhe. His favorite names. Calling out Radhe, Radhe in separation of Radharani. And he gets so much absorbed in Radharani that his black complexion changed to Radharani's golden complexion. And this is the complexion of Sachinandan Gaur Hari. Krishna in the separation of Radharani. His complexion changed. Like this is also simple. When someone gets jaundice, what happens? The whole face, eyes turns to yellow. Have you seen? When anyone gets jaundice, the whole body turns to yellow. If someone is angry, the eyes become or face become green, blue, red. Yes. Face become red, eyes become red. Because of particular emotion, the reflection on the body, on the face appears. Because of some emotion. The emotions, there are so many kind of emotions. Everyone have emotions. Happy emotions, sad emotions, and many other. There are so many to define. Separation, union emotions, lamenting emotions. But when one emotion gets overpowered over all other emotions, then that reflects on the face of a person. Anger is already there in everyone, but in a dormant state. If something happens, unusual circumstance, anger comes. Then all other emotions get subside and the anger gets prominent. And that reflects on the face and the eyes, on the whole body. Similarly, if ordinary disease like jaundice, or if ordinary disease like jaundice or any emotion get overpowered and there is some change in the complexion, then what to speak of spiritual separation, lamentation, what Krishna is going through in separation from Radharani. That Radharani who is the pran, who is the life of Krishna. So calling out Radhe, 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 Krishna lost his black complexion, turns to golden complexion. Shri Param Gurudev, this Gaudiya philosophy, he concised in his Ashtakam, Radha Vinod Bihari Ashtakam. Radha Chinta Niveshinam Yasya Kanti Vilopita Shri Krishna Charanam Vande Radha Linge Tavegraham. Radha Chinta Niveshinam. Krishna is totally 1000% absorbed in Radharani. Radharani also. And that's why one of her name is Krishnamai. What is the meaning Krishnamai? Jaha jaha netra pade taha Krishna spure. Wherever she sees, wherever she glances, reminds her of Krishna. That's Krishnamai. Devi Krishnamai Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmimai Sarva Kanti Samahuni Paraha. So when Radharani sometimes, not all times, sometimes, when she gets so much absorbed and in lamenting for Krishna, she loses her golden complexion and she also turns to blackish complexion. But this is not as much as Krishna gets lost. So Radharani turns to black complexion. Where is that? Where is that? No? You all been with me to Jagannath Puri. Many of you. Remember? At Tota Gopinath temple, where Radharani's black complexion. You always see Radharani golden, white complexion. But at Tota Gopinath in Jagannath Puri, Radharani's black complexion. Where Krishna Chinta Niveshinam, Yasya Khanti Vidopita. Where Radharani loses her complexion with too much absorbed in Krishna. But that too much absorption in Krishna is not out of lamentation, but out of her love. That's the important point here. Out of her love her prem, which is unparalleled. And Krishna bowed down his head to say, Na pare hum nirvadya samvijam, I cannot repay your love. Then Radharani becomes black complexion. But Krishna gets golden complexion in separation from Radharani, in lamentation of Radharani. Whereas Radharani gets black complexion in that prem absorption of Krishna. So Param Gurudev visualized this, and Param Gurudev concised the complete Gaudiya philosophy, and that's why he established white Radharani, of course, and white Krishna. And he wrote Vinod Vihari Ashtakam, Radha Chinta Niveshanam, Yasya Kanti Vilopita, Shri Krishna Charanam Vande, Radha Lingita Vigraham, Radha Alingita Vigraham. When Krishna embraced Radharani, he goes through Ashtattvik Bhav. He is embracing someone superior to him. Radharani is Premamai. Krishna also gives Prema, but very calculated. Sant Avatar Bhauva Pankaj Navasya Sarvatva Bhadra Krishna Vadanya Kova Sa Latosi Premado Bhavati. Krishna is very generous. He gives prema to those creepers who are already in the kunjas, in the groves. Not giving prema to each and every one. समझ आ रहा है? Getting my point or not? Or is getting very high? 40,000 feet airplane. Come down. But Radharani reflects her prem to everyone, not only creepers, to all her gopis, to all her manjaris, maid servants. And that sprinkling of prem of Radharani also falls on Krishna. Also falls on Krishna. And then Krishna tastes that one little prem and he gets mad. And then he's wondering, Radhika prem vibhu, jar badi te nahi thai. How glorious is Radharani's prem? It's so high. I have no access to that. I can't even touch that point. But I see the prem that is highest limit according to my understanding. But no. Tathapi say khane khane bade sadai. Even then that prem always increase more and more and more. This is our Gaudiya philosophy. So speciality of Param Gurudev, even in selecting of establishing his vigrahas, his deities, not randomly just buying white marble Krishna and establishing, and people saying this is cheap, that's why he's establishing. But this is cheap thinking. It's not cheap marble, is cheap thinking. Whereas Param Gurudev's concept is the Gaudiya philosophy behind this. Mahaprabhu is, who is Mahaprabhu? Antar Krishna Bahir Gaura. Is Krishna covered by Radharani? Why Radharani covered Krishna? Sarv Lakshmi Vai Sarv Kanti Samoni Param. Kanti means splendor. But Kanti also means Kanti Shabde Krishna Sakal Vancha Rahe. Or Krishna Sakal Vancha Radhika Rahe. Kanti means desires of Krishna. And all the desires of Krishna get only fulfilled at one point, and that is Radharani. Radhika Karen Krishna Sakal Vancha Puran. Only Radharani can fulfill the desires of Krishna. Therefore, she is always concerned about Krishna's happiness. When Krishna wants to adopt the mood of Radharani, when Krishna wants to adopt the complexion of Radharani, Radharani knew what he will go through. Because this is what she goes through. But she knows he can't handle that much. He can't handle. Because his Vishaya Vigraha, his object of worship. And Radharani is subject of worship, Ashray Vigraha. Vishya Jati Sukh Amar Halal Ama Hoite Kotigun Ashray Halal. Ashray Jati Sukh Paite Man Thai Yatna Swadite Nare Ki Karyu Pai. Krishna is always enjoyer. But Radharani is the one who is always giving pleasure to Krishna. She enjoys the service to Krishna. This is also enjoyment. Or in other words, we say this is not enjoying but serving. Just like Premanandi, she's cooking so much pancakes for everyone, spending hours and hours in kitchen, sacrificing her lecture, sacrificing her arati and harikatha class, singing, everything. What is the motive? What is the purpose? Serving all the Vaishnavas. Sometimes I say, don't take so much headache, just leave it, let them do. Say, no, how they will do? I have to take care of all. This is my responsibility. And my heart melts to hear this. She's taking so seriously. Because one motive is there. I want to serve all the Vaishnavas. And this is a rare opportunity. We don't get this. And this time we got this after 1 year or 2 years. After 2 years, we get over. And Srila Bharti Goswami Maharaj Ji used to say, whenever there is opportunity of service, immediately avail that. Don't delay this. Any inspiration comes to the heart, immediately follow that. Immediately. Understand? One devotee is hearing Harikatha, got inspired. I want to give my Gurudev 10,000 euros. Just one example. Immediately a click comes. And then later after Harikatha, oh no, 10,000 is too much. Or he can think, or she can think, 10,000? Oh, I don't have right away. But at least Sankalpa is there. Even then one gets benefited. Even a Sankalpa comes in the heart. Whenever there is opportunity to serve Vaishnavas, especially Vaishnavas, money is a different matter, forget about that. It's just joking. But whenever there is opportunity of service, immediately avail. I go sometime down to see, to check who is doing what. I see these boys, Ananta, Naveen, Jagannath, all this, and many others. They are cleaning the pots, Vijay Prabhu also. And all, actually everyone is serving. I'm not just saying 1 or 2 person name, but everyone. Because this is the festival of service. What is my service? I'm not cooking, I'm not washing pots. I just come and sit here and then I go in my room. What is my service? Cooking. My service is to inspire. My service is to speak Harikatha. These girls singing so nice. And they're improving so much. With this experience, they get exposure here. We are only 70, 80 devotees. In the future they have to sing amongst 800, 1000. And then in Navdeep Parikrama, 10,000 people. So it's starting from here, exposure, right? Experience. So they're also serving. What is that in service mood? It's not present in the enjoying mood. For example, I'm saying if Premanandi is cooking and she's bringing prasadam to everyone, suppose me, I'm eating, oh, lekker. Pancake is lekker. Suppose I eat 2 or 3 and then she comes, Maharaj, one more. No, Premanandi, I'm full. No, please, one more. It's very healthy, nothing, no problem. She's bringing 1, 2, 3. What pleasure she's driving? I'm eating, I'm driving pleasure, right? When we eat something very good, our favorite, we are the one who are enjoying. What is she enjoying? And it's true with all Matajis, actually. Especially in India. They feed you like anything. Even if you say no, if you put your hand on your plate, he has experience.
You put it in your mouth.
Huh?
You put it in your mouth.
No, they can't do that.
No, sometimes they will do that.
They can't do to me, they put it in my mouth. But if we put our hands on our plates like this, no, that's like full. No, there's no scope now. Again they find some hole in the hands. Put on the plate. Some space there. Put on the plate. Then I ask, what pleasure you getting? I know this is my favorite food. I'm enjoying. What you enjoying? You know? They enjoy what? Serving. And they enjoy more than one who is eating. To see, I did so much endeavor to make this spread. And Prabhu, Maharaj, Didi, Mataji, anyone who is eating, oh, they are fully satisfied. And they should be satisfied. And when seeing they are satisfied, it gives so much satisfaction. Is it that or not? It gives full satisfaction. Yes. And the last, the Mataji Didis, they only eat this much. And they feed us this much. Because they're already satisfied that all their endeavors, their service got utilized or, in the Vaishnava Seva. So this is called enjoyer mood and other is called serving mood. Krishna's object of worship, Visha Vigraha, he enjoys. But Radharani is always serving Krishna. All her dealings is for the pleasure of Krishna. So she is driving more pleasure than Krishna in that serving mood. And this is what which Krishna made restless. What is that present in her which is not present in me? I also want to become her. But how is possible? Me as Krishna is not possible. I have to become Radha. I have to become Radha. That's why Krishna, he folded hands and come to Radharani and begged for this. So she fulfills all desires of Krishna. Whatever you do, whatever you want, everything is for you. But Radharani knows. When Krishna will go through all these emotions, what I am going through, because he is adopting my mood, he will fall on the ground. And when he falls on the ground, he feels hurt. Therefore, I cover Krishna with my complexion. So that any damage or any whatever happens to me, not to my Krishna. So she covered Krishna with her complexion. Alingitam Vigraham. She embraced Krishna. Now you relish or taste that mood. Being Radharani embraced Krishna. And that embrace is that close that they become one. That embrace is so close, they become one. Shri Krishna Charanam Vande Radha Alingitam Vigraham. Radha Lingitam Vigraham. Param Gurudev is writing this. Understand? So that when Krishna will call out his own names, Krishna, 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 and he will cry and weep, and he will fall on the ground. There should not be any. What's the word? What's the right word? Any pain. I will accept all pains and let him enjoy everything. This is called unconditional love. Ahetuki prem. And this is what Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavita va jagadish kamai mama janmani janmaneshwari bhagavad bhakti ahetuki prem. I don't want wealth, I don't want followers, I don't want this and that. Then what do you want? Ahetuki, unconditional bhakti, unconditional love. No condition. Like Krishna, if you make me happy, then I will serve you more. And if you are giving me problems and misery, then I will serve you less or no. That means there is condition applied in that love. Therefore, Gopi Gand nahi Kam Gand. Krishna Sukh Lagi Kare, Krishna se Sambandh. Therefore, there is no tinge of any enjoyment in the gopis. Only for the pleasure of Krishna. This is called 100% or 1000% Krishna consciousness. Every moment, in union, in separation, in pastimes, in all times, just absorbed in Krishna. Absorbed in Krishna, meditating on Krishna, meditating what? Meditating how I can please Krishna more and more. Krishna is the center of that love. Only Krishna is the center of the love. And anything what he likes is for him. If he wants to have pastime with me, if he gets pleasure in that, very good. And even if you want to give me pain by not appearing in front of me, if he enjoys that, giving me pain, let him enjoy that pain. Let him enjoy that. And whereas I go through that pain, Ashlishya padaratam pinashtumam mama darshna hatava karotuva yatha tathava vidhatu lampato. Krishna is lampat, his devotee. He always liked playing. So even if he is happy by giving his darshan, or if he makes me unhappy by not giving me darshan, mat pranathastu to eva natha. Still he is the Lord of my life. I cannot forget him. This is called pure love. This is called Krishna consciousness love. This is called ahetuki prem. This is what Param Gurudev, Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, is showing by his own example how he served his Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. This is how he served his Guru Maharaj. I wanted to hear from devotees, but I started speaking. So these are some special contributions and the speciality of our Param Gurudev. I will request now Sideshwari Didi to please come forward here and can speak few words in glorification of Param Gurudev.
You can use that.
What is the purpose of being nervous? just we are one family here. In the evening, I'm telling you in advance, in the evening I'll be very nervous, so be prepared for that.
Pela unlimited obeisances to my Diksha Guru, Om Vishnupat Asa Sushma Bhaktiyan and Maharaj. Also, I pay my unlimited obeisances to my Diksha Guru, Om Vishnupat Asa Sushma Bhaktiyan Siddhanta Maharaj, to Nikaliga Oprushta Om Vishnupat Asa Sushma Bhaktiyan Narayan Goswami Maharaj, also to Nikaliga Prushta Om Vishnupat Asa Sushma Bhaktiyan Swami Maharaj, to the whole Guru Rupanuga Varga, to all the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and all the present guests. I pay my unlimited pranam. So Maharaj told me to speak a few words. As you know, I'm always nervous to speak. So we hear about Om Vishnupat Asa Sushma Bhakti Pragyan Kesha Goswami Maharaj. Actually, that is most of all is our Parameshti Guru, and that is the Guru of our Param Guru Dev, Om Vishnupat Asa Sushma Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Yesterday was his appearance and disappearance today, and we heard a lot. Actually, his glories are unlimited. Even I don't understand his glories. We can't even touch his glories. But I will try to purify my tongue. So his pranam mantras, the pranam mantra of Bhakti Priya and Kesha Goswami Maharaj goes
Acharya
Acharya
Singh. Now this one?
Yeah. Namo Vishnupadaya Acharya Singha Rupane Shishma Bhakti Pragyana Kesha Itinanine. And it means I pay my unlimited pranam to the lion-like Acharya, Om Vishnupada Asa Shishma Bhakti Pragyana Kesha Goswami Maharaj. So it said, this is the lion Acharya. And we all know his Guru Dev was Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Prabhupada. He is like the Jagat Guru of all. He spread the philosophy all over the world, and his preaching was very bold. That's why it said he is a lion guru. And his disciple, Bhakti Priyanka Goswami Maharaj, is also like a lion acharya. He was very bold. There was a pastime. There was a land of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, and there were some Muslim tenants. They were not paying rent for 5 years, and so there was no income coming. So Srila Prabhupada said to Bhakti Priyanka Goswami Maharaj, in that time he was Vinoda Brahmachari. He said to him, go to these people and collect money, the rent. So what did Vinoda Brahmachari? What did he? He hired. He was from a very wealthy family, a landlord family. So he hired one of his workers from this family, and there was one Gunda, that's a hooligan. He didn't want to pay. It was very large, and yeah. So that worker who was hired, he took the person, the Gunda, and to a place, to the house, and he beat him for 5 and 6 times. So then all the tenants, all who were not paying, they got scared, and immediately they paid the rent. Like this, there is also another pastime. In Mayapur, there was also a land of Srila Prabhupada. And they were also Muslim temple tenants who didn't pay. So Srila Prabhupada, he thought, okay, I will sell the land, that's okay. But then Vinoda Brahmachari, he said, please Gurudev, can I make an attempt to pay them and I can collect some money for you. So what did he did also, the leader of that group, he took him, he tied him to a jackfruit tree and he beat him. So then all the tenants also got scared and immediately they paid the rent to Srila Prabhupada. So Vinoda Brahmachari, he collected the rent and offered it as a Pushpanjali to the lotus feet of his Srila Gurudev. So that's why it's said he's like a lion acharya, he's very bold. But at the same time, he's also very soft. Like his heart is softer than a flower actually. If you see his disciples, he has three main pillars. That is Bhakti Pragyan, Bhaktivedanta Vamsa Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Trikram Maharaj, and also Bhaktivedanta.
What is your name?
Trivedeshwari. Sorry. And Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj. One time at Devananda Gaudiya, in that time it was very poor. Also, there were not many buildings, only a few bricks. So the land was barren. And someone came and he said to Bhakti Priyank Kushan Maharaj, why don't you plant some flowers? It's so empty here. And then there were sitting a few disciples before him. And he said to the person, can't you see I have already flowers here? And then the person was looking at and he said, no, I don't see anything, it's so empty. Then Bhakti Pragyan Kesha Maharaj, he said, these are my flowers, my disciples are my flowers. And actually these three, there were three flowers who were going to spread the mission, and it actually happened. All over the world they took care, and they glorified and they did right to their Gurudev. They fulfilled the mission of their Gurudev. Dus their Guru Nishtha is shown by their Gurudev, Bhakti Priyank Kesha Maharaj, and also they learned from Bhakti Priyank Kesha Maharaj his Guru Nishtha to his Gurudev of Srila Prabhupada. It was so much, so strong with it. Yeah, I will conclude here by my Harikatha. So, Vanchako Tribusha, Kripasinda, Ursha,
5 minutes.
Yeah.
One more.
One more.
Yes. We have 5 more minutes. 1 o'clock we will stop.
Okay. Another pastime. There was in Novi Parikrama. There were so many.
Okay. When you describe a pastime, think over it and try to elaborate that. Param Gurudev said, I already have 3 flowers. What is the need of any other flowers? And his godmother said, where are flowers? And Param Gurudev indicated these 3 personalities, our Gurudev, Srila Vam Gosai Maharaj, Srila Kritra Gosai Maharaj. And Param Gurudev commented saying, the fragrance of ordinary flowers in the garden can only go for few meters. But the fragrance of these 3 flowers will go to the entire universe. The fragrance. What is that fragrance? Which flowers? These 3 flowers have. The fragrance of what? Krishna Prem. Even though they try to hide that, but it cannot be hidden. It goes everywhere. Who comes and sit on flowers? bumblebees. And they're very expert. They are sargrahi, they know the essence. They're very expert to extract the nectar from those flowers. So, the speciality of these three flowers are that they're not only acting as flowers but also acting as bumblebees. If Param Gurudev is declaring they are beautiful and fragrant flowers, then Param Gurudev and all acharyas are also flowers. And these three personalities, like bumblebee, extracting the nectar from all these flowers and distributing to the entire universe. What is that? Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem, Shuddha Bhakti. And what is that Shuddha Bhakti? Anya Vilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadya Navitam, Anukulena Krishna Vishilanam, Bhakti Ruttama. So now, the area, the field is so vast, now you can expand as much as you can. I'm just teaching you how to.
There's also another pastime of the Priyangesh Maharaj. When there was a parikrama in Navadvip, we heard all of Maharaj, there was a Devananda Gaudiya. And there most of the people, there were a lot of people, from 5,000 to 7,000 people, they were coming. And then at the moment, they were doing pranams to Bhakti Priyangesh Goswami Maharaj. And it was so busy actually, he had no time to do anything. But what did he? He, at the same time, he was receiving the pranams, but also he was reciting some knowledge from, to write an article. He said to his sevak, and it was Sri Sajan Sevak Brahmachari, and it is Srila Ramkrishna Maharaj. So at the same time he was reciting something, and he was offering pranams. And it was so good that there was no need to correct anything. So he was reciting it, Sajan Sevak Brahmachari was noting it, and it could go to the printing. So it's from this we know that the Bhakti Priyangesh Goswami Maharaj had so many knowledge. Actually, when he spoke, he didn't recite many shlokas, but he knew always the deep meaning. We can see through his disciples, Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj, he used so many shlokas. If his disciples didn't know the shloka, his disciple knew the shloka. So then, how does his Gurudev, what knowledge has he? Also, Bhaktivedanta Ramkrishna Maharaj, he knew so many shlokas. He is known as the Vedantic dictionary. So he was reading many books, Bhakti Priyangesh Goswami Maharaj, and he had a library in Mathura Math. And the most astonishing thing is he was, when we hear lectures, we have to make notes, otherwise we will forget things. But he was reading so much and he didn't have to make any notes. He remembered it. He remembered it so good. And also, he knew very well the history of the Gaudiya philosophy and the history. His Guru Maharaj, his Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, he made his as a Vedantic Pandit because he knew if you wanted to ask anything about Mahaprabhu or other acharyas, he could recite this anytime. I can recommend if you want to hear more, read more, please read the book of Acharya Keshari, the teachings of and the life and the teachings of Bhakti Priyangesh Goswami Maharaj, because it will inspire you so much. There are so many things in that book. So please read it. Vanchaka Putrusha, Kripa Sindhu Patiram Pam.
Very good. Just like Bhagwan, just like Krishna, so many qualities. But his best quality is Bhakta Vatsalya. The crown jewel of all the qualities. Bhakta Vatsalya means he is very affectionate to his devotees. Krishna can tolerate everything, but he can't tolerate if any criticism or anyone comes to harm his devotees. Then he gets intolerant. Because Krishna claims, I am not independent. I am dependent on my devotees. Aham bhakta paradhina. I am dependent on my devotees. Similarly, Gurudev is also Shishya Vatsal, affectionate to the disciple. Shri Param Gurudev was so much affectionate to his disciples. And there is one pastime. In those days, I'm speaking about year 40, 30s, 40s, there was no high-tech printing press. There was no computers. And everything has to be done manually. Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ji, he used to write articles. The speciality of him writing articles is there is never a mistake in his article. Whatever he hears from Param Gurudev, immediately he store in his mind, in his head, and he write exactly like this. There was no need of proofreading. Whatever he used to write, no proofreading. And whatever he writes immediately goes to printing press. And who's operating that printing press? He himself. Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj. In those days, printing press means there used to be blocks. You put blocks, and with your feet you have to move the press like that. Manual.
That's why printing press.
There was printing press. Yes, you have to press with your feet. So once upon a time when he was printing, his hand got, in the machine. And his finger got cut and there was blood everywhere. When Param Gurudev heard this, he can't resist. He has so much love for Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. So much love and affection. He came running and he took him on his lap and he immediately took him to hospital. Not telling anyone else, go and take care. But there was so much closeness and intimacy. There was so much trust that Param Gurudev immediately took Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, holding him like this on his hands, in his hands, and took him to hospital for his treatment. This shows Shishya Vatsal, how much affectionate to his disciples. It was Param Gurudev who gave this seva, service to Srila Gurudev, our Gurudev. There was Anand Mohan Prabhu who was having one disease. What disease? TB. In those days it was very contagious. And no devotee wanted to serve him. And he was suffering so much. Vomiting blood. No one wants to go near to him. When Param Gurudev asked Srila Gurudev, Gurudev immediately said, yes, he is my God brother. Oh, he's Param Vaishnava. And I have to serve him. Without any fear, what will happen, we'll see. But now is the opportunity of service. Srila Gurudev served him. All menial services, cleaning him, washing him, etc. feeding him. And Anand Mohan Prabhu, he very soon he left. When he was leaving his body, he used to address Param Gurudev as not Gurudev, as Baba, my father. He used to address Param Gurudev as father. And when he was leaving his body, he saying, my Baba is calling, my Baba is calling, my Baba is calling. See, he's there, he's there, he's calling me. Srila Gurudev was in tears and he prayed and requested him, you're going back to Gurudev in his service, in divine services, because you had so much love for Gurudev. He's calling you, because he's visualizing this. He's saying, my Baba is calling, he's calling, I'm leaving. And Gurudev said, since you are going there, also pray for me. I also want to come and join there. Because my Guru Maharaj means Param Gurudev. He left us in separation. Even though we are trying to follow his instruction, we are following his instruction, serving. But we can't live without him. So please also approach me. Also pray for me. I can also come and join him in his service, in divine services. Gurudev said, that was my realization. I got blessings from him because I served him without any reservation at that moment when he was in a need of service. You know? And this is a very important point, a lesson we can write. When any devotee is really in need of service, really in need of something, if we help that person at that particular time, we cannot forget throughout his life. In other times, it's also, but especially in the time when it is really in very bad need for some help. And if we go out of the way to even sell our car, our property, to help the devotee, we cannot forget this throughout his life. And if you forget, he is ungrateful. And at that moment, any example, a person is very sick or he becomes bankrupt or whatever it is. And if we help that or serve that Vaishnava, at that moment, the prayers come from the blessings come from the heart. The blessings come from the heart. Not just blessings from the words. It really comes from the heart. Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ji, when he was a young boy, he joined Gaudiya Math. He used to serve all Prabhupada disciples, especially when they are sick. He used to wash their clothes, cook for them, bring prasadam for them, feeding prasadam, cleaning their room. And if you do something like this, the blessings come from the heart. So Vaman Goswami Maharaj used to say, my body is full of Vaishnava remnants. Nothing is mine, it's all remnants. I accepted remnants of so many Vaishnavas, means all disciples of Prabhupada. And when you serve someone like this, definitely something comes to you. Without failure, definitely will come to you. So these are some good, very inspiring examples from our acharyas, from Param Gurudev, how he served Srila Prabhupada and following his footsteps, our Gurudevs, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, Srila Vikram Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev also served Param Gurudev in the same manner. And this is what Gurudev is inspiring us and teaching us, so that we can also serve him in that same way. And that's why since yesterday I keep on repeating this, that oh Param Gurudev, the love and attachment you had for your Prabhupada and the service which you perform for Prabhupada is unparalleled. No one can even touch that point. No one can touch that point. That's divine. But one sesame seed, a fraction of that, if it falls on us, our life will be successful. May we can also develop that kind of love and attachment and affection to our Gurudev, Diksha Gurudev, Shiksha Gurudev. With this hope and with this desire, we take million of times obeisances to you and your divine lotus feet. Srila Param Gurudev ki. In the evening we are going to hear more Harikatha from many other devotees here. And in this way, I think today is the concluding class.
Yes, because tomorrow morning we have to leave this residence from...
Today evening will be our concluding class, last class in this retreat. And 4 or 5 days went so fast, huh?
Yes, actually we have to do 7 days.
Yeah. Next time 15 days. or complete 1 month. Then we'll feel energy. 4 days will just pass like that. Finish. Tomorrow morning Mangal Aarti, and then immediately packing and leaving this place 9 o'clock in the morning. We're going to Radha Day.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, no, 9 o'clock leaving room.
Yes, 9 o'clock.
Loading everything. Going to Radha Desh for darshan. And if we get opportunity, some Harikatha there. And back to pavilion. Back to our home. And then day after tomorrow I'm going to Switzerland for 3 days program there. Vrindan Vilasni Devi is here. She's arranged everything. And she's the one who invited me and arranged everything, all programs in there. Very much thankful and grateful to her for this proposal. So, keeping everything here, I think they're still cooking. The spices are coming. And we are cooking. And we're going to, this morning we didn't went out for morning walk, but we're going here. We're going to climb some stairs. So after class we are going to go there, up. If anyone is ready, if you want to go, but I want to go
Very
there.
nice sightseeing there. And no, today.
No.
There's a very nice sightseeing there in the summer. There's always a very big table there. Maybe in the summer we will go there and we can, do prasad seva there.
Yes.
But it's very nice sightseeing.
And Shama Priya, Sandhya, Didi and her mother arranged prasadam for everyone. So please come one by one, but quickly.
Maharaj.
Prasadam distribution. And also her birthday, we're going to do some Mangala Charan for her. So if you have some flowers, immediately bring that. And also come for prasadam. And it looks so nice. Feel like taking my room. This is Giriraj Prasad. They were special offering to Giriraj. You see, I'm doing, can you help me? Why every time I have to say? Should be understood. Hare Krishna. Better. स्वस्ति नो वासुदेवो विष्णुमदातु स्वस्ति नो गणपयो हरि स्वस्ति न पद्मनाभः पुरुषोत्तमो ददातु स्वस्ति स्वस्ति सुमङ्गलैकेशो महान् श्रीकृष्ण सच्चिदानन्दः सर्वेश्वरेश्वरो ददातु कृष्णकरोतु कल्याणं कंसकण्डकेशरी कालिन्दी गर्भगौरातुराहयातु तुभ्रा मार्गवाचिः मार्गोमेनि Shanti Sarva Sarva Karishu Marvam Lavasesham Jayasesham Javasesham Marava Yesham Indrivar Shamo Hire Sudavajana Mangala Bhagwan Vishnu Mangala Varikana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Swasti Krishna Bhakti Bhavatu Kalyana Bhavatu
Where is sister?
Okay, Hare Krishna.